Is anybody on this channel a Christopher Nolan fan? Well, if you are, I'm going to be reacting to Oppenheimer, which is the next Christopher Nolan film that comes out. I believe it said June it's coming out, maybe. But, yeah, I'd like to know if there's any Christopher Nolan fans who are subscribed to this channel, because he's one of my favorite directors. He's probably my favorite director going right now. I've said before that Ridley Scott is my favorite director of all time when it comes to films, but Christopher Nolan is probably the best going right now, but he only puts out a film every 2 or 3 years. Now, Oppenheimer is about the creation of the atomic bomb. So, it's already a very interesting subject. My favorite film from Christopher Nolan was probably Interstellar. I really like Interstellar. I think the most underrated Nolan film was, what was the one with the two magicians? The Prestige. A fantastic movie. But let me know what you guys think about Christopher Nolan. What were your favorite Christopher Nolan films? But my favorite of all time was Interstellar. Of course, the Dark Knight trilogy is great. Inception was great. I didn't really like the last one, Tenet. I thought it was too much. It felt like Inception on steroids. It was just too over the top with it, and it was too confusing. Which usually none of Christopher Nolan's films are confusing, but the performances were good. It just wasn't for me. And of course, because this is an American Reacts kind of channel, to my fellows across the pond, I'm curious what you thought of Dunkirk, because Dunkirk was a fantastic film, and it's, based on one of the biggest events that happened over there. So anyway, let's get into the reaction video. Oppenheimer, which is starring, somebody clarify for me, is it Cillian or Cillian Murphy? Because he's the lead. He's playing Oppenheimer. I think this movie is also going to have Robert Downey Jr. and Matt Damon. Quite a few big names are going to be in this. And so it looks like it's got an excellent cast, and I always have high expectations for Christopher Nolan because he's that good. He really is. Anyway, I'm blabbering on too much. Let's watch the reaction, and I'll talk about it. Watch the trailer, and I'll talk about it afterwards. Here we go.
We imagine a future, and our imaginings horrify us. They won't fear it until they understand it. And they won't understand it until they've used it. Theory will take you only so far. I don't know if we can be trusted with such a weapon. But we have no choice.
God, the imagery is so beautiful in this.
Is anyone ever going to tell the truth about what's happening here?
Very nice. I can't wait to see this, folks. It takes a lot for me to actually get up out of my house and go see a movie these days. I think the last time I was in a theater, actually went to the theater and watched a film, was probably the Top Gun Maverick movie, which was an excellent movie. But anytime Christopher Nolan's one of those directors, anytime he's putting out a film, I always get out of my house, spend a few bucks, and go see the movie, because his films are fantastic. Again, Tenet I wasn't too wild about, but every other film that he's put out has been double thumbs up for me. And this looks like it's going to be no exception. I'm not too familiar with Oppenheimer. I know he's like the main driving force behind the building of the atomic bomb. But it's a very interesting subject. And the eerie thing about this, to me, is you saw the beautiful imagery of, I guess it was portraying, atoms and nuclear fission and explosions. And it was actually very beautiful imagery. But we all know what the results of an atomic bomb are. So it's basically beautiful imagery of death. Massive amounts of death. But it's a very interesting. And I think only Christopher Nolan could pull this off, where you turn the subject of the construction of the atomic bomb into a film, and people will go out in droves to see it. Maybe they won't, I'm not sure. But I think the only film where he actually, Christopher Nolan made, that actually had trouble making back the money, or like it didn't gain a profit, was the last one, was Tenet. But I think that had a lot to do with the COVID stuff that was going on, because there was, at the time, there was still a lot of COVID restrictions all over the world, and it was really like the first big film that came out once things started opening back up. Otherwise, I think it would have made a profit, even though I wasn't too fond of that one. But it was like the only Christopher, and it's not like it was terrible. It was like Christopher Nolan. It was the only Christopher Nolan film I saw. I was like, eh. But this one looks. I am very excited about this one, and I'm also very happy because once again, is it Cillian or Cillian Murphy? I'm going to say Cillian, but he's been in a lot of Christopher Nolan films, but he's always a supporting. He always plays a supporting character. This one, he's the lead, and he looks fantastic. It looks like he's going to bless us with a captivating performance. But anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Are any of you guys excited about this? Because I am. And I'd like to read the comments below this video and see how you guys feel about Christopher Nolan and this Oppenheimer film that he's going to put out in the summer. I'd really like to get your thoughts on it. Anyway, like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want, and you guys have a lovely day. And please, stay safe out there. All right, Boomerites, catch you later.